3 months are going to come and go whether you decide that you want to change your life or not. The question that you need to ask yourself is, who will you be when those 3 months pass you by? Will you still be the same person, or will you be the person that stops waiting for your life to change and actually be the change? 90 days ago, I decided that I wanted to actually be the change in my life. And the craziest part about it is that it didn't take me this one big grandiose decision to finally transform my life. Because if you've ever been like me, where you were feeling stuck and overwhelmed and you're constantly waiting for the right moment, the right time, the right person, the right plan, this video is for you. See, 2 years ago, my life completely changed. I went from working a full-time job to quitting my job to starting another job to starting my own business and working from home. So many things drastically changed for me, where it was like, I'm doing so much. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I don't know whether I'm starting or finishing. I don't know what's happening from one moment to the next. So in that turn, it put me into a space of survival mode, where I knew that even though I had gotten through each of those chaotic moments in my life, that I wanted to continuously build, not just for myself, but for my family. And I just constantly did just enough to get by. I did just enough to make it through that day or to the end of the week. Then I was like, okay, then I'll be okay. And so I felt constantly like I was stuck. I wanted to create content from my home, but I said, this doesn't have the perfect aesthetic. So I didn't want to do it there. And I was constantly watching other people who were in the same lane as me propel and exceed, going from having little to no followers to 3 months later having hundreds of thousands of followers. And I was like, why is it that I am constantly overthinking this? Why is it that I'm constantly trying to do more than I need to do? Because I know exactly what I need to do, but yet I'm not doing it. But then I had to come to the realization, nothing changes until something changes. And then I made the decision that changed everything for me. I was going to stop waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect time, and stop waiting to simply feel like I was ready. Come to the realization that I was never going to feel completely prepared, and that the only way for me to become confident enough, I had to consistently do it over and over and over again. Because what I had to realize is one of the simplest ways to stay exactly where you are is deeming things as failures in your life. Yes, things are not going to go according to your plan. Yes, things aren't going to necessarily work out the way that we want them to work out and the way that we want them to work out. But what I've learned is that every action is going to get you one step closer to confidence. But also with that action, you are either going to take away a blessing or a lesson. Nothing more, nothing less. And when you decide to live your life that way, your life is going to be so much greater. Because what I realized is the biggest transformation for me wasn't something external that everybody else saw. It was the person that I actually became. The person that I could look at myself and say, over the last 90 days, I became the person who I feel as though was one of the most successful versions of myself, not because I wanted to be different, but because I decided that I wanted a different future. But what you have to realize is that the biggest part of any transformation is not what someone else can see on the external outside. It is actually who you become because of it. 90 days from now, you're going to look at yourself and you're going to do one of two things. You're going to wish that you had started today or sooner, or you're going to be grateful that you actually did. So wherever you are on this journey in this life of yours, don't wait. Just start.